On March 11, 2011, at 2:46 p.m., a series of natural disasters occurred in the Tohoku region of Japan. Soon after, 12 to 13 backup nuclear generators were disabled, which prompted 3 nuclear meltdowns, 3 hydrogen explosions, and the release of radioactive contamination. A cascade of consequences affected over 32 million people in Japan. Today, we explore these varying perspectives and the impact of Fukushima's legacy.
How was food production affected? How did the natural disaster and nuclear disaster impact farmland?
This has significantly impaired our food production in the eastern Fukushima prefecture. The initial exclusion zone was about 311.15 square miles, but eventually decreased to 143 square miles. Few people have chosen to move back. Local biodiversity has suffered dramatically. Cultivated land has decreased by 10,000 hectares, and the number of my fellow farmers has also decreased.
Around 12.1 trillion yen have already been spent to deal with the disaster.
We know that many people's lives were changed due to Fukushima. The health of the people was a huge concern due to the tsunami itself and the spread of radiation. About how many people faced death or health concerns due to the disaster.
The Fukushima disaster was both terrifying and uncertain for my family. We felt the remnants of the earthquake, but luckily no one was injured. However, there is still concern over possible radiation lurking over the city. Officials said the deaths from simply evacuating were around 2,200, and there was one confirmed death caused by radiation exposure. The aftermath of the nuclear disaster itself caused worry. 45 people suffered from non-fatal injuries, including cancer, leukemia, radiation burns, physical injuries, and chemical exposure.
This event sparked a lot of discussion about what to do moving forward when it comes to radiation issues. These discussions played a pretty big role in politics. How has the political atmosphere changed in addressing these issues?
We realized our company, along with many others, were held liable for this disaster. Whether it was human error or a cascade of Mother Nature's effects, what is important for us is to take lead in remediation efforts. For starters, we installed automated cooling systems within 3 months of the accident and reached cold shutdown within 6 months. Fabric cover was built to protect the buildings from storms and heavy rainfall, while new detectors were installed at the plant to track emissions of xenon gas. And to address the contaminated water, we also installed radioactive water treatment systems.
I'm sure March 11th, 2011 was a day that you will remember for a long time. Can you walk us through what happened that day in TEPCO and what was going through your head during all the chaos?
The tsunami caused the backup generators to disable. The reactor waste heat and decay heat was dumped into the ocean. We tried to stabilize the damaged reactors by pumping seawater and boric acid into them, but 23 of the 24 radiation monitoring systems were destroyed from the tsunami, so we weren't able to tell how far or where the radiation was spreading.
While disasters like Fukushima and Chernobyl may cast a doubt on the effectiveness and safety of nuclear energy, these are the only 2 major accidents to have occurred in over 18,500 reactor years of commercial nuclear power operations. As long as nuclear energy is safely stored and operated, it is perfectly safe to use. In addition to the safety of nuclear energy, we cannot ignore the fact that harvesting fossil fuels leads to far greater consequences to our environment and to the world.